Things are starting to get a bit tight at the top of League One, with only 6 points separating the top 7 sides in the division. But we're in okay form, only losing once in our last 6 league games. But we're going to have to iron out some of our inconsistencies if we are going to challenge for promotion this season. So let's not hang around, let's get straight into things as we start episode 4 of Hometown Glory.
I followed them.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's episode of my FM23 Let's Play series Hometown Glory, where I've taken charge of my beloved Portsmouth and we are fighting it out at the top of League One to try and gain promotion to the Championship in my first season in charge. Now in today's video I am going to run you through all my recent results since you last saw us play. I'm going to show you the league table. We have one new signing to introduce to you who joins us at the start of the January window, and then we have 2 league games for you today. So if you are enjoying this series or any of my other content, then please don't forget to leave a big like on today's episode, subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss any future content. But let's get things started straight away as we go and look at all our recent results. So the last time you saw us play was that 3-2 victory over Shrewsbury Town. And since then, we started November with a home game in the FA Cup first round against Leyton Orient. Dane Scarlett hit a hat-trick and we won the game 3-1. We then went away to Morecambe in the league and we won 2-0. Colby Bishop opened the scoring and Ronan Curtis sealed the deal just before half-time from the penalty spot. We then welcomed Derby County to Fratton Park for another league game and we absolutely smashed them 5-0. Sean Raggett with a goal, Rico Hackett, Dane Scarlett with a brace and Colby Bishop finishing off the scoring in that one. But we then welcomed back our inconsistencies as we went away to Chelsea in the Papa John's Trophy and we lost 1-0, exiting the competition at that stage. We then went away to Stockport in the second round of the FA Cup and again we drew a blank, losing the game 2-0, also exiting that competition. It was a third away game on the trot as we went away to Wycombe in the league, a game that presented the opportunity for us to go top of the table should we win, but they absolutely battered us, winning the game 3-1, Colby Bishop getting a last-minute consolation goal for us in that game. We then went away to Accrington Stanley and we won 2-0 thanks to goals from Josh Karoma and Clark Robertson. And finally, we were at home to MK Dons in the league. We drew the game 2-2. Rico Hackett put us into half-time with a 2-0 lead thanks to a brace from him, but we threw it away in the second half and ended up drawing the game 2-2. So that is all our recent results, which lead us up to today's 2 fixtures, away to Exeter City and at home to Ipswich Town. 2 massive games if we want to stay in the race for promotion. So speaking of that race, let's go and look at what those results mean for the league table. So we are just about at the halfway point in the season and the League One table could not be any closer if it tried. We have Peterborough at the top of the table on 46 points, but only ahead of Barnsley on goal difference, who are second also on 46 points. Ipswich Town are third on 45 points. We then see us in 4th place on 44 points, with a game in hand on the 2 teams above us. Wycombe are 5th with 44 points, behind us on goal difference. 6th is Plymouth on 40 points. 7th Bolton also on 40 points. And 8th is Fleetwood Town on 39 points. So only 7 points separate the top 8 sides in the division. So these 2 games today are of mass importance. We really need to pick up 6 points today in this busy Christmas period. A couple of wins we're top, a couple of losses, we're out of the playoffs. So really we need 2 top draw performances today. So I've already mentioned that we started our January business early. So let's go and find out who is my first signing as Portsmouth manager. Joining the club on the 2nd of January is 18-year-old Welshman Kai Ludvigsen. He comes in from Swansea under 21s on a free transfer and is a centre back. Now I noticed this guy was out of contract on the 1st of January. So I sent my scouts to have a quick look at him, and they come back and said that he has championship potential. So we pounced ahead of the likes of Wigan, and he has agreed to sign for us in the January transfer window. I'm unsure of what to do with him yet. I may look to loan him out for the rest of the season in the January window, or depending on what business we do with players leaving the club, he may come in as a breakthrough prospect for the rest of this season. Now, looking at his attributes for an 18-year-old, technically he has good heading, he has good marking and good tackling. His mental attributes, he has good aggression at 13, good bravery at 13, good concentration at 12. His determination, only 5, is a little bit off-putting, but we will be sticking him straight into a mentoring group, and hopefully we can improve that. And he has good positioning at 11 and good work rate at 13. Physically, he's quite quick already for his age, with acceleration of 12 and pace of 12. He has good strength of 11. He could improve his jump and reach only 9, but at 18 years old, there is a lot of room for improvement here, and we will be looking to develop this player as time goes on. Now, that is the only signing we've made so far ahead of the January transfer window. So that means it is now time to go and see our first starting lineup of the episode as we get ready to face Exeter away. So here it is, your starting lineup for the game against Exeter City. And it is in goal, Josh Griffith. At left back is Joe Rafferty. In central defence is Connor Ogilvie and Sean Raggett. And at right back is Zach Swanson. In midfield we have Marlon Pack and Tom Lowry. On the left wing is Ronan Curtis. In attacking midfield is Michael Jacobs. And on the right wing it's Rico Hackett. And leading the line today on his own is Dane Scarlett. On the bench we have Josh Uluwayemi, Clark Robertson, Denver Hume, Louis Thompson, Joe Morrell, Jaden Reed and Colby Bishop. Now I'm off to talk to the lads, really stress to them how important this game is if we want to get promoted. Hopefully I can do the trick and we can nick the win, but I will see you on the touchline of St James's Park. So we are underway here in Exeter, and I am going to show the lads some encouragement early on as the ball floats out towards Tom Lowry, but it's away to Jay Brown, who floats it over the top to Stanfield. Early chance for Exeter, and it is off the post. Raggett clears away to Marlon Pack, plays it over the top to Michael Jacobs, and that is the end of the first highlight. An early scare there as Exeter hit the post. 10 minutes in now, and we are going to have a throw in on the left hand side. Joe Rafferty to Michael Jacobs, back to Marlon Pack, gives it to Connor Ogilvie, who brings it forward and plays it across to Sean Raggett, out right to Zach Swanson, who plays it to Tom Lowry, back to Swanson, along the line to Rico Hackett, but he's lost out to Caprice, plays it inside to Hartledge. Collins now, back to Caprice on the left hand side for Exeter, down the line to Jay Brown, but Zach Swanson is there with him. Can Jay Brown get the ball in? He can, but it's cut out by Tom Lowry. Plays it back to Raggett. Marlon Pack now for a long ball forward, cut out by Stubbs to Harper. Out to the right-hand side to Key. Back to Stubbs. Key now cuts inside to Harper. Dieng. Stubbs, a good spell of possession here for Exeter. Key into the box, and it stands field just wide of the post. Goal kick to Pompey. We're going to demand more from the boys here. Exeter have been on top, although we have had more chances. We really need to get a result here. Exeter in 21st place. We're in 4th, in with a shout of promotion. What am I doing here? I don't want to make a sub just yet. Click the wrong button for some reason. But we are going to demand more again. It's Key now. Back to Stubbs. Diabetes. Diabate. Stansfield. Ogilvie cuts out on the head. Jacobs into Rico Hackett. He's through, and it is 1-0 Pompey. Rico Hackett, with his 9th for the season, gives us the lead in the 34th minute. Just as I'm saying we need a result, we go and get the first goal of the game, breaking the deadlock there. Great interception by Connor Ogilvie, and that pinpoint pass from Michael Jacobs, sticking Hackett through one-on-one, and he done all the rest of the hard work to put us 1-0 up. Let's go and get the second now, just before half time if we can, would be lovely. As it stands, we are top of the league, and it goes to half time 1-0 Portsmouth. I'm going to go give the lads a team talk, see if I can tune them up for the second half and go and put this game to bed. And I will see you back for the second half. So with the second half started, let's show some encouragement to the lads. See if we can go out, get a second goal, put this game to bed. We've been the better side. We have had a couple of scares, but I think we survived them well. But Exeter have a corner now. Jay to send the ball in, and it's headed away by Sean Raggett. And a brilliant interception there by Michael Jacobs. Can we counter? He's got players to either side of him. Tom Lowry now on the right-hand side. He has support, but it's a poor ball, and it's cut out by Sweeney. He plays it back to Blackman. And he goes long. But Sean Raggett's there with the header down to Tom Lowry. Marlon Pack now with a poor ball cut out by Key. And Exeter can break. They have men forward, but he shoots from distance and it is just over the top. And I'm going to go and make some substitutions as Exeter have the ball in their own half. So leaving the field is Connor Ogilvie. No, it isn't. It is... I forgot who I'm substituted now. It is Marlon Pack for Joe Morrell. We have Denver Hume on and Clark Robertson on. All three players leaving the field. Joe Rafferty, Marlon Pack, and... I can't remember the third, but they were on yellow card. I've completely botched these substitutions, I know. But right now, Joe Rafferty is on the ball. And he shoots and it's picked up by Jamal Blackman in the Exeter goal. And the substitutions have now been made, I hope. It is taking a while, that's why I'm getting confused. And it is Jo into the box, and it's a great save by Josh Griffiths to keep us in the game at 1-0. I thought it was going to equalise then. There we go. It's Raggett for Hume. We've made a few subs anyway. We are going to demand more from the boys as we approach the final 10 minutes. And we are going to bring Dane Scarlett off for Colby Bishop and Michael Jacobs for Jaden Reed. We will confirm subs. I've made a botch of this second half, I know, but at least my team haven't done the same as me so far. Touch wood. So we're into injury time. Can we hold on to the result? The commentating was absolutely pants, but the performance was good. We win the game 1-0 and we are up to third in the table. I'm going to go congratulate the lads. Hopefully my team talk is a bit better than the coverage of this second half, but we got the result. And I'll see you after the game. So there we go. Despite my absolutely shambolic commentary, we grind out the win to begin the episode on a high and move up to third place in the league. And we are now only 2 points off top spot. And it puts a very interesting twist on the next game in this episode, as we are now only 1 point behind our next opponent who sits second. So let's go and find out who starts the game against Ipswich Town. In goal, we have Josh Griffiths. At left back is Joe Rafferty. In central defence is Connor Ogilvie and Michael Morrison. And at right back, Zach Swanson. In midfield, we have Louis Thompson and Joe Morrell. On the left wing is Ronan Curtis. In attacking midfield, Michael Jacobs. And on the right wing is Rico Hackett. And leading the line today is Colby Bishop. On the bench, Josh Uluwayemi, Sean Raggett, Denver Hume, Jay Mingy, Marlon Pack, Owen Dale and Dan Gifford. Now I'm off to the dressing room to have a chat with the lad. This is a really important game that we really need to win. We could go top hopefully if we win it. So I'm going to let them know that and hopefully breed some confidence throughout the squad. And I'll see you at Fratton Park for the second of today's games. So we are underway here under the floodlights of Fratton Park. And we're going to show some early encouragement to the lad. See if we can get a decent result here in this top of the table clash. And it is Leif Davis with the free kick out on the left-hand side for Ipswich. Floats it into the box. And it is 1-0 to Ipswich. Early on in the game, Luke Wolfenden opens the scoring. Not the start we wanted in a game that we really need to win. I'm not going to watch the replay. Come on, demand more, lads. Ipswich go top. We remain third. And it is Ronan Curtis picking the ball up. Back to Connor Ogilvie. who finds Louis Thompson in the middle to Joe Morrell, who can spread it wide to Rico Hackett. He turns, he's got space to run into, he's into the box, he pulls it back, and Joe Morrell shoots and hits the post. Oh, a chance there for us. Ronan Curtis picks it up, but he is dispossessed. And that is the end of the highlight. A real chance for us to find an equaliser there. Again, we're going to demand more from the lads. 28 minutes in, still 1-0 to Ipswich, but we're not out of the game just yet. Not much happening right now, but we need to try and find a way back into this game. As it stands, we've got back down to 4th, and that is half time. So I'm going to go give my team talk, let the lads know that they're not quite out of this. There is something in there. We need to find it. And I'll see you all for the second half. So we've spoken to the lads and we are out for the second half. We're going to show some encouragement to the team as Curtis floats a free kick in. It's headed out to Rico Hackett. Back to Louis Thompson, who fires one over towards Ronan Curtis. And it's Colby Bishop in for his 18th goal of the season to pull us level at the start of the second half. My team talk has worked a treat and we are back in this 1-1 game on. Let's go. Let's demand more from the boys if we can. Can't as of yet. Curtis is absolutely shattered, so we're going to bring on Owen Dale to replace him. If I could find the instruction. But we have a free kick right now, so we'll make that change in a minute. It's Joe Rafferty. Connor Ogilvie now. And he has been dispossessed. No, but he wins it. No, he doesn't win it back. It's Harness to Connor Chaplin. The two former Pompey boys combining. And Chaplin shoots over the bar. But we are going to go and make some substitutions now. So I'll see you after that. So we have made two changes. Dan Gifford comes on to replace Ronan Curtis. And Jay Mingy is on to replace Louis Thompson as Connor Chaplin heads at goal there. Griffiths is equal to it. We're going to bring Rico Hackett up in a minute. He will be replaced by Owen Dale. He is getting tired now. We'll confirm the sub. And we will go back and demand more from the team if we can. Hopefully we can go out and try and get a winner here. The team are starting to look tired, but a draw would be a fair result. Not a great deal has happened in the second half, apart from our equaliser. But Josh Griffiths with the goal kick now sends it long, and it is met by the head of Colby Bishop. Dan Gifford now over to Owen Dale, and Colby Bishop is through. Can he win it late on? No, he shoots at the keeper, and it's a simple save in the end. We demand more for the last couple of minutes of the game. We're into injury time. Ipswich with the goal kick now, long up the field. Connor Ogilvie gets his head on it, but it's only as far as the Ipswich player. Joe Morrell in the middle now. Connor Ogilvie fires one over the top, but it's headed back to Kamara in the middle. Dan Gifford picks it up. Colby Bishop to Owen Dale, who is dispossessed by ball. Back to Bernard. Zach Swanson dispossesses the Ipswich player on the wing. Owen Dale back to Zach Swanson. Fires it over the top towards Dan Gifford, but the keeper is out there quickly to gather up the loose ball. So the Ipswich keeper sends it long up the pitch now, but Morrison gets his head to it, down to Morale. Over to Zach Swanson on the right-hand side. We are pushing for a winner. Dan Gifford now has time to turn. Fires it towards Colby Bishop, who fires it into the back of the net for his 19th goal of the season. And we have scored 2 minutes into the 4 minutes added time to take the lead. Ipswich Town have fallen apart. Their fans have gone silent as Portsmouth have snatched a late winner in this game. And that is it. We win the game. We go top of the league on goal difference. What a game. What a result. I'm going to go and congratulate the lads. They're going to have a day off tomorrow. That was absolutely brilliant. I will see you guys after the game, after the team talks. Get in there. So there we go, guys. Again, we weren't at our best, but again, we grind it out to win by a single goal. And that means we end 2022 and this episode top of the league, leading second place Peterborough on goal difference by a single goal. Third are Barnsley on 49 points. Fourth, Ipswich Town, 48 points. Fifth is Wickham on 47 points. And making up the top six is Plymouth Argyle on 43 points. So guys, I'm afraid that is just about it for episode 4. But what an episode it has been. We have played 2 games, we have scraped 2 fantastic wins, and we end it at top of the league. So if you have enjoyed this episode as much as I have, then please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will be back soon at the end of January, where I hope to have had a very successful transfer window, and I will run you through any business that we do. But until then, guys, take care. I'll see you soon, and remember, up the Blues!